Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, whenever and wherever you. Welcome back to the Beta Plan as we are playing as Santa Transport. So I've been wondering where to change one line to a monorail, and perhaps we're going to do this one. And yes, we are now right back after we left off, because well, there is things to do. But I really don't think I am going to change this line. I am actually going to abandon this train because they're not making a lot of buck. Two trains on this track is just a bit too much, so we are going to cancel out actually this train. And that's something you always should consider. Is it worthwhile to have two trains on it? Is it worthwhile at all to do this? So let's find ourselves, let's pause the game, and find ourselves a very long line, like this for instance. But it's not very good in its transport. Well, actually not that long. It goes to Las Tunas. Sorry. We need a long line that is worthy of a monorail upgrade. And so that I can show it off to my watchers, the monorail. And show the coolness factor of that. Well, here's definitely a long line. Yeah, how about this one? Also transports a lot. You know, I think this might be the line that we're gonna do. You also all change around and get into the depot. And then well, you're gonna deliver your goods. So what we are going to say is, we're going to disassemble you. Oh yeah. I hate that you can't sell while you're paused. It's so much easier if you could. That to me feels really wrong. Because now days are passing by and your competitor might build if we weren't already the big guy around. But yeah, it feels a bit wrong. But it's time for monorail construction. We are going to change it. Not allowed by paused. You gotta be shooting me. Boom. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby! Shagadelic! Why am I quoting Austin Powers? I can't even do his voice proper, and I don't... I need to have a good old amount of beer in me if I want to enjoy Austin Powers. Sorry for anyone that's an Austin Powers fan. I have nothing against you. I just don't really think I need to... Bloody hell... Really? That? Okay, so you can't have monorail and on the same tile. That is inconvenient. I can understand it though, it may cause too much issues. But yes, let's also tell you to end your life if you will. There we go. No, I don't want the offer of subsidy for passengers from one weird place to another weird place. And, well, now we have caught this train. No, I know we were on the monorail, but we kinda, can we not do this? Possible track combination. Yeah, that's the issue. Alright. No problem. We'll just terraform a little. And we'll make sure that this guy can get out. Because then I think the best idea probably is actually if we terraformed it upwards, probably. Oh, hold on. Train. Pause. Pause in your tracks there, buddy boy. What if we now just, you know, said you go up. Oh, there's even more. Alright. Jeez. Don't make such trouble. There we go. It's not really a beautiful line this way, but it's just the line that is going to have to be here because, well, this is not a monorail yet. There we go. And then we are going to switch back to the monorail system, say that we want to change this station, and I think it will do it just like this. Yes, it will. Perfect. That is something that is awesome about this well, this fan-made extension. Let's put it that way. And now finally, all of a sudden we realize what electricity is. Perfect. Just wanna buy stuff. Oh, no, not in the same depot. Because that will cause trouble, at least the way I build it. Oh, bloody hell. Well, we're going to have to address that little issue now, aren't we? So, copper ore. Just wanna buy and pause. That's... I am sure you were once capable of doing that, and perhaps you still are, and I just don't know how. There's probably some menu setting for it, but it feels to me... it's really impractical not to be able to do it. I understand that you cannot build a certain thing while the time is not progressing, but you already insta-build them anyway, so what's the deal? What's the deal, you? I have the feeling that you are being a little bit ornery about things. So, full load, and follow the monorail track. And there we go. We are going to have nice monorails. At least for this line. I don't know how many lines I will change it around to. I will definitely change it on more lines though. So, now we need to go here. Santa Clara. Get all of this gone because it is cluttering up my stuff. Santa Clara has now nothing waiting, which is really bad. Because it's already not a very big airport. Bloody hell. Piss in our nation. So where were you going? You. Crashed airplane you. No, the crashed airplane please. What was your destination? From Santa Clara to... What? I didn't say that for sure. But I must have, because that is... I only got both of them later on, so I have no idea what happened there. You were also a very big airplane, weren't you? Yeah. Why the hell did that happen? Cannot do it while paused. Right. Thank you. Pause again, because I kind of need to first see the freak where it needs to go. So from Santa Clara to... that's getting already a kind of bit of pressure. See, there is a limit. We're already sending so many people there. You know what, from Santa Clara... Well, Santa Clara is a small airport, so let's not go too far. Let's not go overboard. Perhaps I'm now going overboard if I would send them all the way there. Here, that could definitely use some love. And then we're going back to it, location. No, we're going to keep it because there's just not enough people that are transported over here. That's unfortunate. Alright, well, that is done. Now back to a monorail so that we can actually show that off to you guys. Because, and girls, I mean, once again, I always feel somewhat uncomfortable saying it here. Because, like, there isn't a very standard thing you would say. You know, you're in luck. Actually, why would you say that? We're constantly transporting goods from here, and still you're saying only 57%. There we go. Now this train should have, look at the speed of it. That is also about double what the our other trains are capable of. Normally you have an intermediate before the normal trains, like from the diesel to the electric, because the normal electric trains are already a lot faster, but look at that speed. In fact, it now has to slow down a lot on these bridges, I just realized. These bridges... Also, why don't we build a bridge that is tall enough to hold it? There we go, tubular steel, 515 kilometers per hour. Now it can't make that speed yet, but who knows if we get a better monorail. And look at it, boom, it's already going back. Location, this one isn't even filled yet. I assume that the transport of the goods here is going to go up, 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 and up while doing this. Hopefully it will increase its production. Because otherwise that is a very expensive line and that won't make out all its money. These are all very, very small lines, so not sure if it's worthy of putting a monorail over it. Now, this goods train, I believe there's a lot of goods here that's not even... Why does it say no crates produced, 0 transported? What? This does accept it. And this train is making money, isn't it? Yes, it is. It's making tons of money. Why does it say 0 produced, 0 transported? That is bull. There we go. Okay, so this train line definitely can use an incredible boost in its speed. So, once again, I have to make sure, and actually it's kind of good that this one is a bit of on a separate line here. Because then we can actually get rid of this stuff without it complaining in a moment like, hey, dude, I can't do that at the same location and not understand that one part needs to be monorail and one part doesn't. And you know what? There is a limit to any game. I am not going to complain about that. Ooh, that was kind of a bad idea then. Wasn't it? Because we realized that we will have to make a little bit of a bend in this track. Yeah? So sorry, but that's just the way it is. So, replacing is so much easier also than destroying things, because this way I can just make it all large and then I don't have to pay for demolishing costs of, for instance, the farmlands, which would be expensive if I would do so. Yeah, more railroad that needs to be moved away for a second. So, if you would be so kind, you are going to get an upgrade because, well, there's a lot of goods to be transported. I think you should do it. And then one gone there. Actually, I think we could have upgraded there, but oh well. And this one thing. There we go. Perfect. Turn it on. And we're gonna get a good... The food van is empty. Something seems to go wrong here. That's the first ever mistake I have seen in OpenTTD. Must be because of me. I am quite positive that it must be my fault. And unload all. Even though this factory is actually producing goods, I think as well. Yeah, because we're bringing in rubber. I don't know what happened. I didn't restart the game after the last episode that we recorded. So I don't know why it's all kind of showing like, yo, dude, this is not working. But yeah, it isn't. I don't know why. Why is this all poor? Yeah, there's something really strange going on. But there we have yet another monorail. Shoof! And this will make sure that so much goods that we bring here into the factory will actually get where it needs to go. So if we follow this long line of the rubber... What? No, the rubber line. There we go. It goes to this factory as well, right? Yeah, so this... Yeah, but this doesn't need to be monorails. Look at how small they are. This, I could have done this with trucks, actually. Might have been even smarter. Why did I build this as a... I don't know. Now it is that way. Now it's gonna stay that way. Oh, I didn't actually connect this. Oh well, whatever. There is a limit to my generosity, even for Santa. And yes, there's a lot of stuff in here. This mine produces like crazy amounts of bags of diamonds. Look at it, 405. So despite having two big trains on it, it's still being serviced very, very well. Peralta anchor. Yes, sure. Don't. That's fine. Let's look around the map and see if we can find another very long line. Can we have a pause, please? No, these lines look long because, well, they're all connecting up here. This line is a bit long, though. And you could definitely transport more if you would arrive more. Right? Whoa! That is something we need to see. Location. There's a UFO has landed. You have always landed in the greatest nation on Earth, that is Cuba. Because if the aliens would ever come around, they would want to party. So perhaps then Brazil might have been a better choice? I don't know. I wonder what this is going to do with the trains, because he really landed right on the tracks. I'm going to look. It doesn't do a darn thing. It is simply news. Alright. We'll take it with a grain of salt, that news. We're waiting for you to arrive, buddy boy, because we noticed that this rubber plantation can handle more. We thank you for your good services, but it is over. If you could switch around, please. And yes, once again, I have no more breakdowns. That was simply because everything I can't have normal electrified railway. Yeah, railway. It's correct. I was wondering. I thought I was saying it wrong, but I am not saying it wrong. But yeah, and hence, I have to admit that this bridge won't be good enough here. We need a better bridge than girder steel. We need. Well, we're going to go with the a little bit less expensive and currently the max capability of these trains. I went one too far. Frustrating, dastardly. Oh, I have to go this slow. They can't build a better bridge when it's that short, apparently. Didn't know. Now we know. Voila. By the way, just change it to the station thing. If we ever bring these diamonds from here, it's definitely going to require also a fast train. So, but for now, it's rubber. There we go, and we are slowly replacing lines. Now, as I said, I'm not going to replace all lines. Definitely the shorter lines, it becomes questionable if they are worth it. Now, in this map, because it is a tropical map, you don't have electric trains that run 100% until the end, and they have an incredible speed boost that, well, they can't keep up with the monorail. The monorail is always faster, and then the maglev. Once you get the maglev trains, they go super fast. Super fast. But yeah, they can't keep up with those, but they are definitely a lot faster than the diesel-powered engines that we also have. So I'm not really sure if we should do something about it. This is not my line, is it? No, this is not my line. Oh, that's the oil line that I am questioning if it would be worth it to do so. This is all lines that go in here into this factory. They are pretty short. We have one other long line that really requires monorail. Or are we just going to do everything monorail? Like, for instance, how much are we transporting? We're transporting a lot of it, but we could transport more of it. You are going to be a monorail. Congratulations! You are also a pretty long line, which might mean that we also will make you monorail. Assuming the fruit can handle it. It probably couldn't handle an increase. So, who knows? I might just create a lot more monorail. And if need be, off camera. It's also can see that building this, well, we haven't even increased our, our money earned with the monorail just yet. So it should, in the end, be profitable for us to do this. Also, this is also pretty good track to have monorail on, because it's a track that kinda lacks. Really? I can only do it because girder steel, darn nabbit. But it's a track that is pretty long. There we go. Pretty long and, well, does go up a hill a little bit. So it is the kind of track that requires a more powerful train. Would, if you would. Little grammar joke there. Oh, and I immediately understood what its orders were. It is just a replacement train. There we go. And now you should also be serviced better. What is your issue? What are you? Fruit. You bring fruit too? There. That should work. What? 16 tons of fruit. It's like the worst. No. Alright, I understand now. Sorry, dude, but you are off the menu. Shall we so say? You have, like, no production. 16 tons of fruit is nothing. No wonder this train is not making us any cash at all. And luckily this farm is doing well, right? Yeah, it's doing more than fine. So this farm is going to be the one that's going to make sure that, well, our food train that goes back into town actually can make us some money. Look at it. It just goes forward and back, and then it's fine. This short, which is also, I have to admit, a train track here, it wasn't needed. This is the perfect distance for buses or what have you not. Yeah, these ships, they always have one bad year then one good year. See, probably this year it's because 74,000, huh? Let's look at it. 74,000. Its running cost is 9,000. So it's like it will have one great year and then it will have a very poor year. What is your issue? Yeah, but you're a transfer train if I am correct. Yeah, you're bringing rubber to here, which is why that is an issue. And that is the same for you, I assume? No? You're just... Your diamond mine has been killed. Okay. Didn't realize. Good to know. I guess this is going to have to be a monorail that goes all the way to that diamond mine. We have a little job to do in this episode. I don't mind at all. Let us make a monorail. Huh? Let us make a strong monorail that goes far and wide. There you go. This is almost maglev length wordy that we are going to do over here. No, I didn't. Sorry, I have the wrong thing here. Let this train get out of the station, and then we are going to monorail this up. Now that I said that it's actually maglev wordy, I wonder if it was a smart idea of mine to actually not place this track a little bit more off center to the other, so that when we get maglev trains, I could have changed that around pretty easily. Oh well, poopy. Can't win them all. There we go. Actually. Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, guess we're going to make a little bend. Because I kind of want to think about, you know, changing it up in here. Yeah, you can now go into the depot because you are absolutely not worthy anymore of running. I wonder why the diamond mine ended. It rarely happens in this game that something that has, well, it's being serviced, if you will, ends. Oh, this is going to be a long bridge. There we go. Whoa, the cost of that were not insignificant. Shall we put it that way? Is there an extra? Oh, there is an extra. Yes, please. What we're going to do is we're going to say change to monorail, but even on top of that, add one more, because this does definitely need to be a free station. Actually needs to be longer, but I can't place it any longer due to the fact that, well, there is the issue that there is a road in the way, and of course I could break off the road, but it's expanding that way. I don't really want to do that. And hopefully, I also believe that this is not the best mine in the world. No, it's not. Hopefully it will get better production once we are servicing it. Please don't fail me and don't become a bad train. Actually, I think I just realized I built it in the wrong spot. Yeah, because that's the spot of that train. Whoopsie. We know about this ship. Thank you. We know now. We don't need to be reminded. Thank you though. Kind of you. Oh, what? Armored. There we go. Go from there to there. Full load. Unload. That should work, huh? Right? New copper mine built. Alright, we'll look at that a little later. There we go. Finally. Hopefully this mine... Oh my dear, it just went down in production from 40 to 32. I am not sure if this train is going to be viable. I'm not sure if it's going to be viable. But hopefully this... Look, this has already been... Look at the amount of being transported. Hopefully it will actually grow up. I think it was 88 at the moment. I don't know. We'll have to see. We have built monorails, and that is what this episode was about. We have replaced stuff, and we have even built a new line. I hope you enjoyed seeing the monorails shoot through on your screen. Shoot is not an English word, but go with great speed doesn't sound merely as epic. I'll say thank you for watching, and remember, great peril yields great beauty.